The Painting with Magic Show with Brandon Thomas is brought to you by thomasartsupply.com.
Hey, it's Brian T here with the Painting with Magic Show, and welcome back to the studio. Today I want to give a monkey face on a beautiful mountain scene with a beautiful little waterfalls coming off of it. I think a little waterfall coming out there. Then maybe like a little creek or something, or like a river that's going out there. Here you see all them little buddy waterfalls kind of come off of that. Beautiful there. I think you'll really enjoy this painting. The colors we're using is the Grumbacher pre-tested oil colors, and we'll have the colors for you on the screen. You can get that same exact print off at brandthomasart.com, and we will have a link in the description where you can get that exact same print off, so you can print it off, keep it in your studio. I keep a copy here in mine as well, sent over to the side, so I make sure I have them all in the same spot every time, because sometimes I'll mix up the colors, so I want to keep them like this. Now, we also have a supply list as well, which I'll have a link in the description, so you can see the paints that I use, the brushes, and everything that's on that list. And the brushes that I use are my signature brush collection, so you can get that at thomasartsupply.com. Now, the canvas that I'm using is a 16 by 20 inch, so 16 inch by 20 inch canvas. This is a Fredrix Red label. It's a medium tooth canvas. And on top of this, I'm using two of my signature mediums today. I have Amazing White on top, and about 6 inches from the bottom and across is my signature NTO medium. So it's a clear medium. So we have Amazing White on top, white medium, and NTO clear medium on the bottom. Okay? I think with that, we're ready to go. Let's get monkey face on it, boys. I tell you what, let's go into a little Prussian blue, as we mostly time do. Prussian blue is just a good overall color. I just love Prussian blue. So we use Prussian blue. We'll reach for a little bit of ivory black. I tell you what, come on down here so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. Just tap it in there. Just like that right there. A little bit of black just kind of helps gray it down a little bit. Okay? And that's what we're going to use. Just on a 2-inch brush. Doesn't take a lot of paint because we can always adjust it. Let's go up here and put a little sky in. Okay, today I want to use a little X stroke just to kind of get it going. Just a little standard old X stroke. I don't want a little more paint on that brush because it's not as dark as I wanted it. And just the basic X stroke, backhand, forehand stroke. Don't forget, we'll do some little circles probably, but this is just to get us going. That flat blue type sky is kind of what I'm going for right now, just to get it started. Okay. I do want to punch in some little swirly things here. I think it makes it look interesting. And then all I'm going to do is reloading that same paint. Prussian blue, ivory black. Except for this time, it'll be a little stronger because there's not as much medium in my brush. And then we can do some little swirls. Sometimes you got to do that little flat blue to get the little swirls to go. That way you can have all these different tones in here pretty easily. See that? I'm using the same exact color. Just maybe just a touch stronger since I just reloaded it up. Same paint, Prussian blue, ivory black. Might have got a little touch more black in that time. See, that's what's a good thing about adding and mixing your colors as you kind of go, if you want variety. So you'll have these different little shades kind of coming around. There's a little more black in that one that time. A little stormy kind of tone. There we go. See all the beautiful little patches and everything that's in there. That's what you want. We'll take a clean, dry 2-inch brush now. And just go over that. Lightly. Not a lot, but lightly. It may sound like I'm putting a lot of pressure on here, but I'm not. That microphone really picks up all these little sounds and really enhances them. Okay, see how it's nice and light there? We'll take an old fan brush and we'll go to the palette and we'll throw some clouds up here. So go to the palette real quick. Okay, I'm gonna take a number 6 fan brush and go right into the titanium white. Good old titanium white. Okay. Then I'm gonna take just a tiny touch of burnt sienna in there to warm this paint up a little bit. See how it warms it right up? Hopefully you can see that. It's just nice and just off-white. Okay, we'll go back here now and try this out. Hold it up real good. Go back here. Okay, so we're gonna go up here, take the brush straight on flat, and move it up and down. And then some little swirly swirls. And there's the belly of the cloud, and we just fade out that little belly. There we go. Just fade that little belly right out. You see how everything starts to fade and everything starts to work together. This paint's just a little bit thick today, so I'm going to add just a itty bit of amazing white to it. Just a itty bit of amazing white. Just a little thick. It's where it's cold. I hear it's a little cold in the studio. So that paint gets a little thicker. So sometimes you have to add a little bit of medium just so it'll stick a little bit easier where it's so thick. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, let's have another little cloud is right here. You can almost kind of see him coming out. Let me bring in its belly right there. See how it just easily comes together? And that's just from doing those swirls and adding different tones and everything to it. Get another little top over here. And there's his belly. Wipe out the brush and then reload your brush. Every time you reload the brush, make sure you wipe it out. Because if you're not wiping it out, you're going to get mud. Your color's not going to get... You're not going to get whiter clouds, okay? Okay, let's put us a little cloud right here. He just kind of lives right there. There he is. So you just mash him on in there. Now we can work over here. Put a few in. I want a lot of clouds in this painting. And usually, when I'm doing quite a few clouds, a lot of times I'll use a 1-inch brush or something. But it really depends on the type of look you want. Just kind of have him blend his little belly out right there. See that? So now we got a bunch of little clouds that's living in here. Maybe put a little cloud right there. Oh, there we go. We got some clouds living in this one. Okay, maybe just a little cloud is right down here. Now again, like I said, we're gonna have a mountain in this one, so I'm not too worried about this area right here. That's good. Then I'll take a 2-inch landscape brush and softly hit some of them. Help fluff some of them up a little bit. Just a little bit. There's a kind of really soft sky. Really soft. Okay, it's really soft. Now we can start mixing up our color for our mountain to go in here. So I'll tell you what, let's go to the old palette. Okay, we're going to take some Prussian blue, some ivory black, and some burnt sienna, and some red in here. And don't forget titanium white. That's good stuff. There we go. Now I see it's got a little brownie tone to it going. That blue's starting to mix in, starting to gray it. I'm going to go over here and grab a little more black. That's ivory black. And a little more blue. Okay, that's pretty good. Might take a little more red to it. Maybe a little bit more black, a little more blue. Just want it to be a little darker. Probably added just a tiny bit too much titanium white in there. But that's okay. And we get a little roll of that paint. Let's go back here and put a little mountain in. Okay, so now we're going to start deciding this little mountain here, how it's going to live. Kind of want to kind of have a peak here. This is going to be a little more different than any mountain we've done in the show before. A little peak right there. Okay. Do about like that. Like that there. There's a little. It kind of just rolls right down. See that? It's a totally different mountain than we've ever done. It comes down. There's a little bubble right there. There's a little peak right there. Okay, so I'm just getting it laid out. Okay, let's go clean cloth the canvas here. And then straight down. Just like that right there. This is a big mountain. There we go. Okay, so now after you get your shape in, just scrape it. I take that matte paint and just fill in the middle. Okay, there we go. Good. Then we start pulling out this paint. You can use a 1-inch brush. I'm going to use a 2-inch brush here. That's what I just grabbed. That's what I had. That's just what I had laying around here. So I grabbed it. And then bring it down. We're getting really close to that amazing, not amazing clear, but the NTO, it's at the bottom, so we're getting close to that. I'm not sure exactly how tall this is going to be, but it's just there just in case we want that tall. Okay, I want some little foothills that live back here on this side here. I want something in the background there. So we will grab a 1-inch brush, and we'll go to the palette real quick. Okay, I'm going to take some burnt sienna, some sap green here, go back and forth with the two. It's a really dark color, got a little blue, a little touch of red, maybe a little touch of yellow ochre too. That'll make a nice little green tone. And a little titanium white with it. Now I get to decide how I want it to look. Okay, so now you can see the color. And I'm going to take a little black. And I think it's going to work for me. You see that color now? It's nice dark green. Let's go back here. Okay, I think I'm going to make this mountain a little bit shorter than what it is anyway. So we're going to come from back here. There's part of this mountain. There's a mountain live way back here behind these mountains. And you can barely see them sticking out. Let it fade. Then you can kind of pull up on it. Okay. I'm going to take that brush with the titanium white that was on it. Boom, you got your mist going in between that one. So then we're going to reload the brush in the same color, except we're going to add a little more black, a little more blue, a little more sap green. Just add a little bit more color so you can make it darker. This is going to look like it just comes right off this mountain a little bit. Just something that lives on this side, right? Way in the background here. Then I'll go back to my mountain color. Fix this. There's a little bit of dry paint there. Taking the brush, it has a little bit of that medium on it. Going right underneath there. Just kind of misses it out. Something like that. Now you can see how that mountain kind of goes in front. Okay, I tell you what I want to do. I don't want it that little foothill there. I want to make it into part of the mountain here. There we go. That's better. But you can leave that foothill if you want it. That'd be part of that mountain. Okay. Then I can just pull this old paint out with this 1-inch brush here. Okay. Now, this whole bottom here is going to be filled with dark. So we will fill that in with some dark paint. Okay, so I'm basically cleaning off the brush at this point. I'm going to grab that 2-inch brush I was using for some dark stuff. I'm just going to take Prussian blue and Ivory black together. Probably a little touch of sap green with it. And we're going to fill this whole bottom in. There we go. We want to keep it dark. There we go. So we'll have dark already on here ready to go for the rest of it. Okay. Now we can start working on our mountain and really bring it to life with all the beautiful textures and stuff. Okay, so I'm pulling out this white, and there's dirty stuff in this white, which is fine. I want some of this nastiness in there. It really helps, you know, give you some different tones. It doesn't make it starch white. So we'll take a little roll of that, and I'll go back here to this old mountain. Okay, so now I want the highlights to be going to the left today. I want there to be like a little area where this paint just kind of, this snow just kind of forms there. Just like that. You can use the little side of the knife if you need to, or the big side, whatever side you need to use. Go ahead and use that one. Then we have another little one right there, kind of forms that way. We're going to add some little things in here that'll make it make a little more sense here as we go. Because you got to think about the shadows and the highlights and everything else that's going to be in this one. Okay, so now I'm going to take just some of that black and blue. Now I'll take a roll of that. I'm going to go here in the shadow side, start bringing them shadows in. that there. See? Now this mountain start to come together. Little black and blue, that's all we're using here. We can just bring this in here like that. And you can start seeing it shape, take its shape. Okay, let's see. Maybe a little. This will take a lot of different angles and stuff. There's a little side of the knife here. So I'll put a little, start forming these little, extra little peaks that form outside of that. Now, I want to start deciding where my fall is going to come from on here. And to do that, I'm going to take some titanium white and a little touch of blue, I guess. I want there to be a fall right there. And I want there to be one that comes out like that here. Like that. And it won't be very big. It'll be about like that big. There's a little bump right there. And there'll be a bump here going from where his waterfall will be. Maybe we'll add a little burnt sienna to the color, make it a little more darker brown color. Like that. Then we start working on this side. Start deciding where these rocks will be. I'm starting to feel a little bit better about this one now. After I get it blocked in. Oh man. This was a longer one, isn't it? There's a lot of parts to this mountain, but I think you'll really will like it once you get it going. We still ain't finished highlighting and everything else to it, but I think you really will enjoy this one. Something like that there. Okay, so see our mountain is really starting to come together now. And so we'll go to the palette and start making up some shadow tones for the snow. But before I do that, actually, let's go back to the white and kind of finish up our white areas. Something about like that there. Okay, let's go to the little palette. Okay, we're going to take titanium white and we're going to take a tiny pinch of blue, just a tiny pinch. Little pinches at a time. We don't want to overwhelm it at once. Maybe a little bit more blue. There we go, a little better. Alright, that's good right there. That's a nice blue. But then, once I get their blue, I want to make a bit of a brownish tone as well. So we can use some of that mountain color with it. And some burnt sienna. Touch that black. And we'll have to play around with this, of course, as we go. A little blue in there. A little more brown. But I think we got a good start there. Some blue and a little brown tone. And we'll just kind of play around. I'll probably start with the little brown tone first. I'm going to take a little bit on that little small edge and we'll go back here. Okay, so I'm just deciding. Okay, so just deciding what you want to do. I want to start right here. A little bit of this brown tone. No pressure on that knife. And I want to kind of mud in a little bit so I can tone down the tone of the color. No pressure in there. No pressure there. Lightly. Keep it light. And let her come down there, Mountain. And then kind of let it tone down with the strokes you do. See? See there? Trying to remember your shadow and your highlight. This is still a highlight. Like that there. We could play with some of that blue. Maybe there's just a little of that blue right there. Maybe there's still some snow right there. You see there's right there, there's a little bit left. Just kind of gets pocketed up in there. In the shadow. There we go. We can come back with those darks and touch them up. Don't worry about it. Bring that dark into it. Okay, there we go. Now this one's a more detailed, more longer working mountain. But I think you would enjoy it. I thought it'd be great for New Year's. Start off New Year's with something different. Something a little different. Maybe give you a little something to play around with. Still a little dark there. That's pretty good there. But again, you can play with these darks and these shadows for hours. You really can. Yeah, I like that there. I think works good. And we could take some of that shadow snow tone and still put it in here a little bit. I think it'll work on this top one. A little bit over here too. But again, you decide how you do it. I'm gonna make it maybe a little bit darker blue shadow. Just to kind of put on here a little bit. To stick up a little bit more. There we go. Now we can start working on our middle tone on our mountain. Right here where this waterfall will be. I'm going to take some of that brown. And we're working with. Turn it down like that. Now, before I get too carried away on that, we need to start adding in our waterfall. Okay, so to get in our waterfall, we're probably going to use 2 fan brushes for this. But I'm going to take a dry one right now and just see if I can just get some of this dark from this mountain in here first. And just from this beautiful snow, it's melting and everything's flowing down. So let's try that. Let's take a little Amazing White and a little Titanium White on the fan brush. And let's see what we can get. See, there's one starting to pop off. As well right there. And it's just to get it started. Just to get it started. I like to add little rushes of things like that down it. Okay, but I kind of want to take my fan brush, my liner brush here, and I may want to actually make these a little smaller. And to do that, I'm just going to bring in my rock down just a little bit more with a liner brush, just so I can get a little smaller inside there. I kind of want to separate those falls out there a little bit more. I'm just going right down this one. Thing right here, like that. Down here into something. See that waterfall? It starts to come to life on you. It really does. It really does. You can just put a little peak right there, so you can't tell where that's coming from. So you cover it up. Then we'll put a little snow right there. I think you know what's going to come down here. It's going to be some mist, probably, right? But this painting is all about this big old mountain. That's your centerpiece. That's the whole thing. Most mountain paintings are. Something like that there. There we go. See, there we go. But this is how you work on these mountains. Just keep on going at it, layer after layer after layer. That's going on this old mountain. Same thing again now on this side, we're going to do it again. We're going to do some of that brown. Some of that brown tone. Some of that blue. That. And then we'll come back with some of that darker stuff to help blend it in. Where those textures are at. There's a little bit of snow right there. Some of that blue snow right there. And shadow. There we go. Okay. Now I may want to play back here just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Maybe we can just a touch darker in here. Touch a little peak or two. It kind of pokes out. Okay, I think it's pretty good there. We can't spend all day on it, but I hope that you're able to get a lot of the points I was trying to make on this mountain, and hopefully you liked it. Okay. There we go. There's always something you could change or something that you could do to make it better, or always something. Maybe it kind of comes out like that. There we go. I think that's good right there. I think our mountain is done. I just want to add a little more mist and stuff at the bottom. And I think we'll have our finished little mountain. And then we can start working on the rest of this old painting. Okay? There we go. Okay, so for the bottom of the mist, we're going to take a 2-inch landscape brush here and start softening down some of this paint. And then we can come in with the hake brush and finish out that mist. But this is just to kind of get it started for the hake brush. You can start to see how this paint really starts to come together. Then we could take with a hake brush a little bit of white paint with a little amazing white with it, and that always helps it out quite a bit. And so we're just going to use that to paint in some mist. Okay, so we'll just bring it in here. Bring in that mist. Kind of travels up that waterfall a little bit and around it. there's pretty good. That mist. Now we may not be able to have as many little waterfalls at the bottom as I wanted to. Might just have one little fall at the bottom. Just kind of ran out of room here, didn't we? Okay, so I want to go back to this waterfall here and let's add a couple little of these just to kind of fix it back into that area where it goes into the mist. Then on this mountain, on this fall, I want to kind of fix this edge up. I want to kind of have a little bit of a ragged edge on that. So it looks like that rock is in front of it. In front of that fall. Before it crashes in. There we go. There we go. I like that there. Now we can start working on our bottom. Again, I wanted multiple falls, but I don't think we're going to have enough room for that. But we can still probably have a couple little falls that comes in here and plays around. So I think we'll still get a good little waterfall area for you. Okay, so to do that, to work on these waterfalls, or maybe just one so far. Who knows how many we'll get. But we'll try. We'll try to add some extras. We want to have this one to come out of the mist somewhere. I guess in right there out of the mist. Like that, see? There comes one waterfall. And then you can have another one that comes over here. Here it just falls right there. So, I won't be getting all the little falls that I wanted in this one, but I still like it, how it's going. There we go. Water, so right there. You can have the water. It just goes around like that. See how that water starts to come in now? It starts to crunch up at the bottom. I like to do little circles to help with the mist. Do something like that there. Just something kind of soft there. There we go. There we go. Now I can start to work on laying in some rocks and stones next to this waterfall. So we'll mix up some good old rock color, which is just going to be our mountain color. So let's mix up some of that. Okay, so I'm coming back with a roll of this paint here. Again, this little waterfall is coming out of the mist. So you can't really see back in there too far. But you're going to see these rocks coming out. Okay, I tell you what. While this one here, we're painting these rocks in, I think you know what it's time for? I think it's time for the scripture of the day. Today's scripture of the day comes from Psalm chapter 1. And the reason I chose this psalm for the scripture of the day, because I think it goes well with this painting. Blessed is the one who does not walk in the step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers. Not so the wicked. They are like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked leads to destruction. Hope this was a blessing to you, and was an encouragement. Now, we'll get back to our little painting. I hope that was a blessing to you there, the scripture of the day. The streams planted by streams of water. And that's what we're doing. I'm putting some streams of water in here. Be planted like a tree by streams of water. That tree's always got all its nutrients that it always needs right here. It's got plenty of water. And I'll tell you what, we'll start making some little decisions down here and say there's a rock down there. There's got to be a rock that splits those apart, or that water just keep on going, wouldn't it? So right there. Hope this painting was fun for you. Hope it was something a little bit different. I know we haven't done a waterfall in a little while, but we haven't done nothing like this one. we're going to have some fields coming on the side here, some trees that are planted by that water. Okay. I think you can see it starting to take its shape here and how everything's going to be. That's not all going to be rock, okay? I'm just getting some dark in there. And let's see, I want the little part of the knife. The little part of the knife right here. I can come back and we can fix those waterfalls. Okay, I think that's good enough right there. Then we can just add our highlight, which is going to be some of that brown tone we already had from the mountain. And just highlight it carefully. No pressure. No pressure on the knife. And there you go. Just let it go all over the place on here. Let's see this little highlights here, there. Wherever you decide to put one, that's where it'll be. But there's no pressure here. These are just little bitty mountains. Little bitty mountains. That's all these are. Okay, a little bit on that one. A little bit over here. And a little bit over here on this one. Okay. Then I can come back and fix that little waterfall or two here. Okay. We'll just fix that one. That water's just rolling through here. It's a little bitty falls, but you know, if you get close up to them, they got some pretty good sized little bubbles. Okay, that's pretty good right there. Now we can start deciding on our lay of the land. So we just got to grab an old brush and we'll start to fill this in with some land. Okay, so I'm going to grab a 2-inch brush here. And we're going to have this come down like a hill here. Something like that right there. And then the other side here, we'll have it kind of do the same thing, but not as big. Okay, just like that there. We have some land that lives back here. We can always come back and fix those little rocks. It's not a big deal. Okay, and then then we'll start to highlight it with some yellow and some yellow ochre. See that? Just kind of stamping it on. Just some beautiful grass that lives in here. Getting in the shadow. On that brush. And then we can have another little layer right there. Oop, got a little white in that. Okay. And there we have some beautiful grass lives there. And then way back here on this side as well, we're going to do the same thing. Just some more grass. Go in the shadow. Just layers. They're just layers here. Just like that, there's a few little layers. Like that there. I think we got our grass all done. Now we can start working on our couple trees. And I think we'll have a finished little painting here very soon. Okay, we're going to put a little tree down here. I don't want it to be a monster tree, but I just want some trees that does live on there. There's a couple little evergreen trees that lives on here. Something like that. Yep, just a few little trees in here I think would be great. Maybe another one right here just a little taller. Just on this side of the tree, of the painting here. This brush here is about ready for retirement, this old brush is. I think I've been using this one now for about 5 years. For a good while anyway, I know that. It's been a while I've been using this one. But it still makes some good trees there. Look at that. There we go. Whole raggedy looking things. Okay. Just want a couple trees here. You could even just kind of punch some stuff in the background a little bit. You could have some stuff just poke through that fog just a little bit to add a little something back here. See? You add a little something or two back there. Just to kind of fill in that background a little bit. And then just to highlight it, we'll just add some yellows together. The same old dirty brush. And I'll add a little amazing white with it. Oh, wait a minute. Left side is our highlight today. But I want these to be kind of rough looking trees, so I don't want to be too stiff on it there. There we go. Some little trees there. We can fix that grass back up there a little bit. A bit like that there. There's a few little areas here I just kind of get a little sun on them. There we go. You can poke a little sun on the grass a little bit if you wanted to. There we go. I think that's pretty good there. I think I'm going to go back on the other side here and we'll put a little stone in. I think we'll call it finished. I just want something that lives right here. Just something. A lot of times a little something like a big boulder really helps. Really helps set it in. Just going to fix up that little stone right there a little bit. Okay, I think that's pretty good right there. Just a little boulder there. And then you can just fix up the grass around it. Okay. Maybe one more boulder before we go. Maybe one more. Maybe this one goes clear off that old canvas there. There we go. There we go. And with that, I think I have a finished little painting. All right, with that, I have a finished little painting. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Painting with Magic show. Hope you enjoyed doing this little painting. I want to show different techniques. So I didn't show a lot of mixing as far as the trees and the grass goes, but I really wanted to focus on the technique of things and show you a different little something new to play around with for the new year of doing these little mountain runoffs. I think they're really beautiful. I think they're fun to do and they give you something new to play around with. So, if you need any art supplies, please check out thomasartsupply.com. That's where you can get my signature brushes and mediums, and we'll have palettes back in stock very soon. If you are on Facebook, please check us out there. We have 2 Facebook pages, Brandon Thomas Art and Painting with Magic. And we have a Facebook group called Brandon's Wet on Wet Club. That's where you can join us there. We got a beautiful little community, and we just like posting different paintings and asking questions and things, and it's a great little community to join. If you're on Facebook, check us out there and join the community. If you're on Instagram, we also have an Instagram page called Brandon Thomas Art. Please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share. Every time you like, share, and comment, it really helps us and it gets YouTube to push them out there. Say, hey, we're getting monkey face over here. Come over here and join us. Please share and comment. Please share and comment and like and subscribe to the channel. Hope you have a great new year. Hope wherever you are, you're having a safe time. Stay safe. Having a great, fantastic new year. We'll see you here back really soon. We love you, but Jesus loves you more. God bless you, and we'll see you in the new year.